Welcome back to another episode of Professional Hippies. Today's worship service, and when you're listening to this, don't forget, rent is due. But if this is the first episode you're tuning into, hey, we love having you here. I'm Colton, this is Dylon. We're your host. We'll talk about everything Professional Hippies. This week's break week, not like spring break, but like spooky season break.
Mm-hmm.
We're welcoming in the spooky season. At least for us, this is a reprieve. We get to let our minds wander.
Taxes raised and hurricanes flooding. Hell yeah!
I wasn't hoping that was on the docket, but hey, you
said spooky season. That's all.
Taxes are spooky. I'll start with this. So the other day, Abby and I were at a friend's house, and a mutual friend of ours has come up with a game. Super fun. All these random little cards you can pull, you roll dice, whatever. It's cool when someone comes up with their own original game, right? And one of the cards I pulled was I had to go to the other players of the game and whisper something. I think it was said like provocative or no, something erotic in each of the other players' ears.
Mm-hmm.
And so what I chose to say is it was the most erotic thing I could think.
You won't get any rhythms all day tomorrow.
Sorry. It was a random little thought. You'll go all day with no back pain. Everybody's having a little different. Oh, goodness gracious, though. But it's good to get a chance to reconnect with you, brother. I feel like this must be how distant couples are when they.
I wish I could have made it with you at Tyler Tar. That sounded like a great episode.
Fantastic. Honestly, did you get a chance to listen to it?
Some of it, yeah, because I edited it, so it was great.
That's true. Yeah, no, I thought about that right after I said it, actually.
No, that sounded like he had a crazy time.
It sounded like he got exactly what he needed out of that.
Exactly what he needed on it. Yeah.
And we've had the chance to hang out a couple times since then. And just, follow-up questions or whatever. Other people that were also there, just hearing their experience too. But what a shit first 4 days, though. I mean, that was like premium.
Premium, like really testing. Yeah, what you brought. Honestly, testing, that really tested the people that prepared on what you bring, right? Like, hey, you're not relying on anybody else. Also, testing the camps that rely on their little workers everywhere. Because now these people are paying you so much money to take care of them. It's like, did you prep for your 20-person camp? All of these people now need help.
Or mobilizing your little worker ants, because that's probably like a fine print piece of kind of the agreement when you sign up for a camp. Some camps you sign shit, some you don't, but
it got destroyed. We need everybody's help. Pitch in, start working.
You're part of this, actually. So
that's another good point. Now you have to do more work than you probably were expecting.
I mean, imagine if all our shit got blown away. It'd take us a couple hours maybe to put everything back together. And most of that probably going to find it in other people's camps.
That made me say, I talked to Tyler about that too, was like, if we were to have that big canopy up again, or it'd probably be a good idea to spray paint something on it. And then if it got blown away, like, this is our tarp, grab it. Like if it got carried away into somebody else's camp.
Yeah. I think there's a lot of solutions that you could involve there, but the number one I'm probably going to go with is like unclipping it and just taking it down.
I don't think that was the thing, though, is no one knew how bad it was. That was the thing. They knew something was coming. They didn't know it was going to be that crazy.
60 mile an hour winds pretty gnarly.
Crazy. Pretty gnarly. Yeah. And I think that's what the big thing was, is no one knew how bad it was going to be once it got into. And then if you think about it too, if you're coming down the main road that most people come down to get to Burning Man, the playa extends way up in there. Yeah. And it's kind of like a valley. So if that storm is catching that valley, that's just going to be a wind tunnel coming up right to the start of Burning Man.
I have wondered about, this is something that, one, expressing this to you now so I don't forget, shower thought. Man, there's so many little random thoughts here. One, I'd love to have Shower Thoughts sponsor us.
Yeah, you got to reach out to him. I got to get a new one, by the way, because
Yeah, I just got a new one. And one of my thoughts in the shower the other day was, for those listening for that you don't have contacts, it's a little waterproof pad that you can put in your shower. It's great. And catch your ideas. I'd love to have a park ranger on the podcast. You know, some of the dudes that are out there, just like
I
out
know,
there.
I know someone. I have a friend that was a park ranger, like a national park ranger. I'll get
I
him
would
on. Yeah,
love to have a
Ernie,
conversation
buddy,
with them.
you're coming on, man.
Because that's one of the things when you're talking about pressure systems. We were in the mountains the other day, Abby, and I'll tell you, I want to tell you about our trip, the backpacking
Yeah,
trip. I was seeing a pressure system form yesterday. We were in the mountains, or the day before, and in Florida it's different, right? If you see pink and the nebulous clouds coming, you kind of know, hey, there's something coming. Little mushrooms out there, right? Out here, I don't know how to read the clouds really at all. I don't know if the mountain ranges do affect them differently or not.
I think the mountain ranges cause a lot of sporadicness.
A
Like I
little bit
remember
more.
when I went backpacking a couple years ago in the Appalachian, no one knew that storm was coming. It literally
Mhm.
came out of nowhere. It was a massive lightning storm
Yeah.
that happened. And I think the mountains cause a lot more erraticness. With Florida, you can at least kind of see when something's developing. You'll get your random shower
Mhm.
showers here and there. But as far as like a big thing coming, I feel like you can plan for that a lot
I mean,
more.
that's got those ridges have to be forcing air up and creating a different kind of
Wait,
like.
think about when you were at Burning Man a couple years ago, right? And I was
Mhm.
camping in the Sierras. It wasn't like a super heavy downfall the whole
Mhm.
time. It was kind of like a light drizzle, but once it reached you, it was heavy, you know? And we weren't planning on rain while we were out there, and all of a sudden it developed through the Sierras. So, I mean, that's another
One
great.
person did say they were like, no, apparently, because they were both years, and they're like, no, the rain was heavier this year for whatever reason. I just have a hard time believing that because it was fucking our
Your
shit up.
your year looked way worse. Then again, though, it was at the end, right, when everyone was trying to
That's
mobilize
what
and
I
get out.
thought. Yeah, tearing up a lot of stuff. But anyway, yeah, that'd be cool to have a wilderness
I'll get
park
yeah.
ranger or something like that on.
It's funny. I asked him about it too. I was like, "So why'd you stop?" And he was like, "It was fun. It just doesn't. It pays like shit, you know,
Pays nothing.
nothing." And he's like, "It was good when I was single, but start wanting to have a family and kids, and you can't really move around because they want to move you to
Hmm.
different spots." And I've talked to some of those rangers too when we've gone to some of the national parks, and they kind of when you're newer, you kind of get spot put in some of the worst spots. As you get older, you can get place, but sometimes he goes, one guy, he was just at I talked to, he was at the gift shop in New Mexico at just a small gift shop at a national park. And I talked to him. He goes, yeah, for a little while, I was up in that huge national park up in Alaska. And he was like, it was 2 hours till you got to a regular road from
Just
where I
to
was,
get to
just to
somewhere.
get to a asphalt road. It was like 2 hours on a dirt road to the middle of where he had to camp in the middle of nowhere. So it
Hmm.
was like an all day event just to go to the grocery store and back.
Right. Yeah.
So that's imagine that's like you're the only one stationed out there. That'd be wild.
Was he at what do they call it? Like the lookouts, fire lookout?
It was kind of like it was also just a communication base. So there's someone just because there's people just camping out there too. And
Mm.
so to have someone on a radio length, because you have to think about it too, that's someone, they have to have long wave and short wave radio, right? From a national park perspective, yeah, they're a national park worker, but they're still working for the government. There's still military bases and stuff up there. So if they need a communication to travel, there's
Right.
at least someone spotted there. Plus, it is like, yeah, it's definitely like a fire arrangement too to report. But if someone gets lost out there, so one thing I've noticed too when I've gone really deep backpacking is you do tell rangers, hey, I'm going to be here and here these days,
Hmm.
right? And then you report to them when you get out. Well, if you don't report to them when you get out, they'll usually give you like a day or so, I'm sure. But they're gonna come be like, hey, they're gonna report, ask that person way out there, have you seen anything? You see any campfires? Whatever. So most of the time it's dead or they're coming to write you tickets. I've definitely had national park people come. They're like, you're camping too close to the water. I'm like, I'm 20 miles out, dude. You have to be 100 yards away from the water. I'm like, there's hundreds of people have camped here before me, and I'm the one that gets tagged.
Right.
All right, no problem. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that was the fun
Those
part
national
about
parkers, though, they're national parkers. Their legs that are constantly in the mountains are huge, dude.
the
'Cause
billy goats. All they're
they're
doing just
up and down these mountains hiking.
hmm Well, when you
Mass.
see the trails too, one of my favorite things to think about when I'm on the trails, and you got no audio input but nature, right? So your thoughts are just roaming, and you're 8 miles into a moderately difficult trail, and you see this beautiful little crossing or like a bridge or something. I'm like, was it a mule, an ATV? They just lug it out here?
A
You know,
lot of them can't have chainsaws. Like if it's a national, I think one of them, if it's a national park, I believe, yeah, they can't use chainsaws. Like they actually have to like lug things out there. They can't use technology per se. They actually have to like go out there and hatchet shit up and cut it up and get it out of there. I believe it's one of them. They can't use
I'm
like
sure there's
cars
something
back
silly
there.
like that.
They can't use cars back there. They have to like actually hike back there to the spots.
Yeah, I've always just wondered, that's one of my things when I see like a bridge or something random out there.
Yeah,
Steps,
what did it?
right?
What did it? What caused? Then you have to maintain it.
Well, like when we were in the Appalachian Trail, that the last couple miles on the
Mhm.
last day, and we were coming down, it was very clear someone had gone through the effort to make stone steps, right? So they're carving this out, going to find the right rocks, dragging those in. Some of these are big paver looking bitches, and I'm just like, that's a lot of work right there. Someone to just get to this point, knowing where the road's at or an easier access, like that's still a good chunk of time to get right here to then do your work for
Mhm.
other people to enjoy. A lot of love for nature there.
Yeah, it's gonna be funny. Like thousands of years down the road, that's the Appalachian Trail. There's gonna be random carve outs and rocks, and people are just gonna stumble upon it and be like, "There was a huge civilization here, and all we have are these rock steps."
Yeah, I'm sure we'll be the fucking highway that's like 4 miles that way, but
Meanwhile, it's just a volunteer on meth that just loves chiseling rocks, and he uses his time wisely to cut out the fucking trail.
no, I like seeing that when we were on the trail uh, a couple weeks ago or whatever. Seeing Justin and Maria carve their names into the tree. I'm so proud of Justin and Maria for making sure that we knew that they were there, that they existed. You know, how cool was that? Sorry, I'm just trying to get some more light in here.
Or see, that would be such a oh god, that'd be such a brutal animation if someone did that and then like the forest came alive and it was like my turn and it's like leave no trace in their foreheads.
Yeah, dude, I was like, so let me tell you about our trip because we planned. I think I showed you the picture. We got the gear, got Abby all set up. I mean, you know how it is when we're getting excited for a trip. It's Christmas Day.
Of
You know,
course.
we're going
Yeah.
out, got everything you're gonna need, pick out your mountain house meals, whatever. Right? You got all the stuff, you're looking forward to it. So it's like weeks of buildup, and I'm looking for all the perfect trails. Because Abby's telling me, hey, you got one more chance to convince me camping's fun. Because at this point, she's only done the camping that we did in Florida at just an RV park, really, just to get outdoors, and music festival camping. Arguably, not in that order, but arguably the worst camping that you could expose someone to. I would say car camping, pretty ideal for an experience, but backpacking, if it's a moderate trail, get out
Sure.
there with the beautiful view, like that's how you want
Yeah.
to do it,
That's what you
right?
want to do. Yeah.
You know, so I put a lot of effort into finding an ideal trail. Out here, the trees that change the most vibrant colors are aspen trees. And there's one trail that all the leaf peepers, this is a new term I learned when you're into peeping leaves, you're a leaf peeper. So I find,
Sorry, going back to what you said earlier, the eroticism. You can
dude, you should have seen the look on the Chick-fil-A's guy face when we got Chick-fil-A breakfast the morning we were heading out. What you guys doing today? We're going leaf peeping. This man was certain we were on a list somewhere, like as a couple. He's like, "What? two pedophiles in the forest? Like, I don't know.
It's one of those things you put on the back of a car, leaf peepers, and people are like, "What?
Like Jeepers Creepers, but for leaves.
Leaf peepers?"
So we get all the gear, get all the stuff going, and then wouldn't you know it, like for 3 weeks I'm planning this trip. Like 2 days out, to your point, Colorado weather, mountain weather. Forecast went from Saturday, Sunday rainy, Monday, Tuesday beautiful. We're going Monday, Tuesday to like, hey, Monday's gonna suck a little bit, but Tuesday's gonna be beautiful to like full on after 1 o'clock on Monday. It's gonna be pouring and it's gonna be cold. It might snow a little bit. Yeah, it was like called freezing something, freezing rain. And then
Slush.
yeah, slush. And then Tuesday, so it's just it's fucked. So we scrapped that in favor of just going for the trail for the day. And we started earlier, got up there. Beautiful trail, man. It's gorgeous. Kai wanted nothing to do with the logs crossing the river. I tried to get him to go with me. Broke his
Yeah.
pack just trying to get him on a log. He'll swim through a river, no problem, but don't put him on a bridge. Not a fan. So we've pushed the camping trip for in light of better weather. Let's
I
say.
think that's a great idea. If you already know it's there, especially if you can predict it and you're wanting ideal solution, definitely push it out for sure.
Now that being said, you and I both have camped in shitty weather together and individually.
I would have gone right in there. I've been like, let's definitely get in some shitty
I'm
weather.
bringing this up because I knew you were going to say that, and I know my words are worth a certain amount of weight. Dude, that was some shitty weather. Because after you've committed to not going, now we had all the upside. We got the beautiful trail. I don't remember what we did that night, but it was super fun. The next day we went to Leadville and did this train. It was an incredible time. Like one of those you look back, you have no regret over not going. I'm sitting there, I'm watching the weather because we drove down through the weather.
Yeah.
And the weather came to us. Dylan, that would have been miserable.
It would have been a bad one.
Dude,
that would have been one of those you're stuck in the tent, just cold.
Freezing, slush, like 28 to 30 degrees, and then it fluctuates. It was just...
You pull out your cards. You're missing half of them, but you play cards with them.
Dude, it would have sucked so... I was so glad we didn't go. That's a good feeling. When you commit to, you're like, damn, I'm bummed I didn't go. And then it's extra shitty.
You do see it's bad. Oh yeah. I've committed to some and then backed out of them. Usually the groups I was with, they were like, I want to go. And then you have that feeling like, all right, I made a good choice. I'm not stuck out there.
Yeah. You decided not to go to the concert and the concert gets refunded or something.
Some bullshit. Yeah. You're like, all right, that wasn't bad. I do want to try to come do Pikes Peak one day with you for sure though, out there. I got to train for it type of thing though.
Pikes Peak, is that right around me?
Oh yeah, dude. Well, probably like 45 minutes, hour from you. But Pikes Peak is one of those you can do in like a day or two. But it's a 14er.
Mm-hmm.
You haven't gone to Pikes Peak?
Beautiful.
You haven't been
I've heard of it, but it's just there's so many things around here.
Great date day, by the way. We did it. You take the I don't know what type of rail they call it.
I just saw like a tram thing on there.
Yeah, you take it up. It takes 2 hours to take the tram up to the top. But it's cool at the top. Freezing. Had a beer up there. It's cool.
Oh,
but
you took the tram up. So you're saying you'd want to go hike it though?
Correct. But
Gotcha.
so you can hike it. Some people bomb it in a day and then you can ride the tram down. But I would do like a hike, halfway, stop, and then continue up, continue on. Because there's a halfway point they recommend.
Yeah.
Stopping at.
Well, that's the thing too. When I was looking, I mean, it's been a while since I've done backpacking, but there were no waypoints listed for like camping areas. So like I'm doing all the research on the trail and no one had marked like, hey, here's a 6 spot, here's a 6 spot.
That's in the Rockies, right? You were. Yeah. Yeah, I was wondering that with the Rockies, because when we went there, we did a trail, but it seems so, I'm sure we were in a super touristy spot, but for like how big it was, it just seems like tons of people were there. And I was like, how do you find good trails to go camping at? Because the trail that we took there too, there was no camping spot. It was just a trail. I was like, where's the camping spots here? You know, I
telling
was
you, I
trying
mean,
to
there's
figure it
got to be
out.
a business opportunity because there's a couple of apps that I downloaded. I mean, there's so much cool camping, and here they have secondhand stores, like not Goodwill, but just used REI kind of
Yeah.
stuff. We got Abby's pack for $75. It was a brand new JanSport. It was like a $400 pack and a camping sleeping bag for $40.
Nice.
And the
Yeah.
sleeping bag's like a $300 bag.
Can't beat that.
You know,
I bet there's tons of secondhand stores around where you are.
there's two really, really good ones. I mean, this is just hippie central. But I brought that up because when I was there and I was telling them, hey, I'm thinking about bringing my dog. Like, what do you guys think? And they just, they gave me a couple concerned look, but they started asking questions. They're like, okay, so you know enough. Okay, let's work through this. They're asking me about my
Little
gear,
vet,
da da da.
little vesty.
They're
Uh-huh.
super helpful. Like,
Yeah.
oh, it was so cool. I wanted
Better.
to do some
They're
trout
probably way
fishing.
more. They're probably way more helpful than REI people. All right, like I feel like when I go like REI, sometimes they're very helpful, but several times I've gone to REI and I feel like Ron Swanson when he goes into Lowe's. I'm like, I just give me this and this to try. I'll figure it.
REI kind of reminds me of like an AutoZone. Like you go there with a problem and you're like, hey, this isn't working. I need this thing. And they're
And
like,
sometimes you get a helpful person. Usually, the person that's more helpful than anybody there are going to be the person that's working in the backpacking section and the bike section. People that are
100%.
like shoes or sleeping bags, stuff like that, they're not usually too helpful.
I will say a couple times like you luck out, you get the old folks that are there for the love of the game.
That'll be me one day. I'm not, I'm retired. I'm just here because I need free equipment when I go out there.
Dude, think about how much fun that would be as a retirement job. You have people coming in because I was that guy. When I went to get my first sleeping bag at REI, I'm like, dude, I don't know nothing about nothing. He's like, dude, his eyes lit up. He goes, sick. Here's what we're gonna do.
Perfect.
He's like a 65-year-old man. He's like, all right, where are you going? What are you doing? Got all the sleeping bags down on the floor, maybe get into them. He's like, move like this, move like that. What do you think? How you feeling?
That was me too. When I went, I told her she didn't know what it was, so I told her get this one down, this one down, this one down, and I crawled it. Christy's got pictures of me like in the sleeping bags in the middle of an REI testing them out.
Yeah. Like, how am I supposed to know? So I end up getting a woman's sleeping bag because it's going to keep you a little bit warmer, a little bit thicker, and also a spoon. I think it's what it's called instead of a mummy. I can't stand the.
Yeah, I've got one like that too, where it opens up a little bit more around the shoulders because I'm broad, so it just opens up but it tightens up
No. See,
around.
mine's a spoon at the bottom, so I have
Oh,
room for my ankles because I get a little
okay.
claustrophobic in there. Get me out of here.
Okay.
But I would like to I would like to plan. How much fun would it be if we had like an annual trip that we
I'd
planned?
love that. I would love that. That'd be
You know.
cool. I mean, we always talked about that during COVID. I'd be down to do an annual trip.
hmm I was almost gonna say we could do like the planning the professional hippies thing, but God bless if I haven't learned when you bring some people along that don't know what they're doing. It's
Yeah, tell me about it. What do you think that trip was for me when all of you came out? I was like, all right, wear your packs like that. I don't care.
yeah. Yeah. Oh
Joe
man.
was like way behind. I'm like, bro, take your time. They're up ahead. I'm gonna hang back here with you, buddy. We're not in a hurry.
I'm getting the scenic.
Yeah, I'm getting this. I can sit and chill. Oh yeah, it is fun to go with people for the first time, but if it's only really fun if you get to help them prep for it, because you don't want to get out there and then turns out they didn't bring anything or they overpacked. If you're an experienced hiker, and you're going with someone new, you got to help them prep because
Yeah.
you're gonna be out there with them.
hmm Yeah, just little situations pop up. Like when Kai's pack broke, I was grateful that we did the day hike because I'm like,
Mhm.
hey, you see, like
You just
right
got
now,
you got a new pack and it broke.
I got a pack for him.
Yeah, was it new and it
Yeah.
broke? Dang.
Well, yeah. I mean, I wasn't like, oh my God, I can't believe that super reputable Amazon brand pack broke. It had 9 5 stars. That was a good teaching moment where I'm like, hey, see, because I was just doing the thing you do when we're going on a trip and
Sure.
kind of overanalyzing everything.
Yeah.
She's like, you're doing so much research. I'm like, So if that happened and we were 5 more miles that way, right?
Problem.
That's a problem.
Now you just lay it over your backpack. Like, you're like, well,
It's a problem for me,
yeah,
right?
you're carrying it.
Yeah. Little lessons like that. And then we're also thinking about moving into the mountains a little bit more. Got a lease coming
Nice.
up. What are
Moving
your
into it.
thoughts on that? Would you, so if you were us, because
Yeah.
now we're in like the center of Denver, right? Winter's coming here in a couple months. Would you think you'd be excited about living, let's say 20,
Personally, I
30
would be
minutes in?
excited. 20 or 30 minutes isn't bad, especially for Denver, because 20 or 30 minutes really technically isn't that far from the city because you're weave whacking back and forth, right? It's not like you're in
That's the
Florida in
technical
20, 30
term.
minutes.
Yes.
You know, it's not
Right.
like 20, 30 minutes. 20, 30 minutes here, you know, you're going past Lakeland
Right.
type of situation, right? And that's a pretty
Right.
good distance. For you, that's just kind of going up. I mean, 20, 30 minutes is like going to Red Rocks, I feel like, you know, from a.
Yeah, I mean, so more accurately, it would be 30, 35 minutes would probably be
I
good.
mean, I think it would be awesome. It gets you away from the city life, right?
Right.
Like you kind of start meeting people in your community more
Mm-hmm.
out there. You know, you get more local stores, especially
Mm-hmm.
in the mountains. I mean, mountains is all about community and
Yeah.
local stores, right? And if you can get 20 or 30, 35 minutes away from like a touristy spot and it's
Mm.
like a true, just like little community that you're
Yeah.
living in, that would be.
Yeah. Evergreen's the area that we're looking at right now. We were up there the other day, and interesting thing that she brought up, like as we were coming back to the city, we noticed like our nervous system get a little bit more charged because you're just going to the city, just a bunch of concrete, bunch of roads, bunch of people, immediately met with a fucking ton of traffic.
Mhm.
So it's like something else you think about is now that we've lived here, we're seeing where we're going, what we're doing the most,
You sleep better. Like the noise dies down, smells die down, what you're inhaling
Mm-hmm.
dies down. You get a lot more nature. I mean, just from that day hike, like you said, your nerves started going back up. You're actually inhaling when you're out in the mountains, good fresh air out
Good
there.
point. Yeah, like pros and cons. That's just what we're trying to weigh out, and it's not like we'd have to be committed to it
Now,
forever, but
also, socializing might go down a little bit
that's the
because
other part of it.
I mean, you're making that, now you got a real, now people find out who's the friends, right?
Yeah.
Like, is it worth making that 30-minute trip,
Yeah.
to go see that person?
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's a good point. It's just the trade-offs, We're I don't
You're
know,
talking.
we're looking at a couple different areas, but it gets more and more intriguing the thought of okay, we're not out in the fucking boonies, right? Like an
Yeah.
hour felt very prohibitive. We saw a couple spots. You would be stunned. Like what we're paying to live in the city, take that same amount of money, no more, no less. Translate that into the mountains a bit. You put an hour buffer,
Mhm.
bro. I mean, like a 3,000 square foot, like badass cabin with a creek on it, but then you're like, now I'm an hour plus.
Something happens, you need to make sure everything's prepped, ready to go.
Yeah, like one guy in his listing said, got to be willing to take care of the snow, and he provides an ATV with a blower on it for you. I'm like,
Oh,
hey, that's cool. But then you think about if someone's willing to provide that for a tenant,
that's a problem out there. That's a problem.
it means it gets gnarly.
Oh, it gets gnarly out there too. That's another thing when you're tracking. Where is most snow dropping out there?
Mm.
I bet it's coming through mountain ranges. Snow might drop in more locations than others.
Yeah. Yeah, we drove by a couple properties and not to just talk all about the house hunt, but we went up one switchback for a house where I was like, this house looks beautiful. It had a hot tub and all kinds of a sauna in it, all kinds of cool shit.
Yeah.
The driveway though, Dylan, when I tell you, like it was like, oh, a switchback, like, oh, now we're getting high and we're getting a little tense because we're like, there's no safety rails, nothing. It's just
The
the
driveway.
last switchback was like a fucking closed elbow, dude. You had to go up that way, and it was a nice like 45 to like right back this direction.
The driveway starts doing this.
Oh yeah,
Like, oh.
oh yeah. When you are driving up your own driveway, and there's no snow on the ground and you have to stop the truck and engage 4-wheel drive. I was like, no,
without
fuck this noise. Imagine dumping 18 inches of snow onto that. I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah. And if you got to do business, and it does snow, I mean, sometimes you got to cancel meetings. You're like, well, I can't make that because of all this.
Yeah, so we're just waiting all this in, but something to be said for getting a little closer to nature.
I would say definitely get a little closer in nature. Like you said, like it might not even be 30. It might be just 10 minutes outside the city limit. Just to try it out a little bit. Then you get a little further.
When we were exploring these properties, you know what we ran into the other day?
Hell yeah.
It's mating season right now. We saw like 20 of them.
Got to think about that too, especially with your dogs, mountain lions and stuff out there. I mean,
bears,
stuff like that. I mean, German Shepherd is a German Shepherd. It'll give it the business. It's still a mountain lion.
Yeah. I don't know how prevalent mountain lions are out here, but I do know a lot of people concern themselves with the bears.
Yeah. I mean, it'll give it the business out there, but that's still a bear. It's got to go up against.
No, when you see people get real serious about where you're putting your trash, even if it's in the right spot, they're like, hey, you close that bear door.
Yeah, bears are, I mean, that's another thing you got to think about. Bears are going to be a big problem out there and trying to get in your house. So,
yeah, I didn't see too many issues about getting in your house. It's more about your trash. They really want to get
ups and downs. Good reason to get a gun. Hell yeah, out there.
Another
long range gun.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe get a little hunting. Start getting into that a little bit.
I looked it up for my concealed. I have to go through classes and shit again here in Colorado. It doesn't translate from Florida, which I mean on a state level I guess makes sense. You don't know the crazies coming in, so you want to make sure.
It'd make you get 2 when you go from Florida. They're like, you're from where?
No, I'm pretty sure going to Florida now you
don't even need it.
They don't give a fuck at all.
Yeah,
actually, is what it was.
You just wave it around now. I got one.
Shout out Charlie Kirk. Hey, he slipped it in.
There it is. Oh gosh, we were like, let's not talk about that.
Yeah, no, that's all right. I can relate on a lot of levels. I lost a similar level of pain last night. I lost fantasy football by 1 point.
Dolphins won though, and I'm happy. Finally.
Did they?
0-3 against an 0-3 team.
Someone's got to win eventually.
Fuck the Jets. Who cares?
Yeah, I mean, don't tell the Cowboys and the Packers. They found a way to tie. You would think the Jets and the Dolphins could find a way to tie.
One of the greatest games all season. I got to watch that. Joey and I watched that one, and it ended in a tie because of the new rules.
I wouldn't say that was one of the greatest games
of the season. Sorry, of the season. Not of all time, but it was one of the greatest games.
You said the season earlier. I don't even know if it's...
It's one of the greatest games of the season because it was what the lead up to it was with Mike Parsons.
The story is always great. The story is what makes football.
And then Dak was about to score and Parsons tackled him, keeping him from it. I mean, the story is what backed it up, but all the throwing and the big scores and the big catches, I mean, that was an offensive.
It was a fun game. It was a fun game. I did watch that. Football's so back, man. Except for the Gators. Fuck me, man.
Gators suck, as always.
If there's one thing is real, it's taxes and the Gators fucking blowing it, dude. We need Jesus. That's what we need.
We need Jesus.
We need Jesus.
You need Jesus Tebow. That's what you need. He needs to come back. You need all the murderers.
I was too young to appreciate what a good felon and fellowship can do for a team.
Separate, horrible. Bring the congregation together.
No, dude, it's just like our fucking government. Why you don't need them separate? It's the church and state, dog. State penitentiary and Jesus.
Get them together. All right.
I felt hope again this season. I felt hope. I saw a couple of our players get charged with felonies, and I go, we're back. We're back.
The USF is having a great year.
Oh, I know, man. I'm surprised you didn't talk any shit about that. You didn't.
USF's finally having a good year. I'm excited. We beat 2 ranked. I can't believe we're not ranked right now, but that's okay. We'll just keep winning.
I mean, Miami dog walked you guys, and I guess
Miami went over us, but other teams that are ranked right now, they dog walked them way more than us. I
That's
mean,
true.
50 something. We were like 30 something, right? And we held pretty good up until the end. We just got tired, but we still beat the Gators. We still beat Boise State. Still had a good game last week. It was like 50 something. And now the rest of the season, I mean, easy peasy till I think Navy. That's another big one we got coming up. And UCF sucks.
Yeah.
But the
Yeah.
most important and what everyone enjoys is the Gators suck. Little podunk town, Gainesville. No one cares.
You know, honestly though, this is the first season ever where I was excited that Florida State was looking good. Anytime Florida teams look good, I get excited now.
You know what Gainesville is? You know how the armpits, Perry, Florida, right?
Mm-hmm.
All the sweat that comes out of the armpit just comes right on down and gets onto Gainesville.
Does that make USF the gooch?
No, we're the belly button.
I was gonna give you guys the title of like maybe the balls, but I think that might be a little prestigious for that
Balls is
program.
Miami. Balls is Miami for sure. We're the belly button.
For sure. We'll give FSU the double chin. Anyway, anytime a Florida team's good, you got to be excited for it. You know, with the NIL, I think that's evening out a lot of things. I'm still waiting on SMU to make the resurgence that they so deserve.
SMU.
Yeah. You're not an SMU fan?
You're talking about the team from the documentary on how they were so good back in the day.
How can you not root for a team that was so ahead of their time?
They were ahead of their time, and everyone was like, all right, I guess we'll.
Oh, just because it's a little illegal means we shouldn't do it?
Everyone's just like, you know what? Punish them. Hey, do that. Just like they did. They laid the foundation.
Like, what really changed when the NIL came in? Smaller schools were able to pay their players, or?
Well, it's been interesting when to see like all these players thinking they should get like all these schools doing it, but then all these players getting paid a lot, and then with the big schools they would bark back like, "Oh, I deserve more," and then the big schools being like, "Nah." Like it's kind of fun, interesting to watch the big schools all. Now they all have to do it together though. They can't all like they can't one be like no, and then the other one like we'll give you tons of money. Eventually, they all have to kind of come. Big schools have to come together and agree that like, all right, we all have to agree on a cap here.
It'll be interesting to see how that plays out. I mean, it's kind of Wild West right now with college players making. I mean, it's the 1%. It's not, the 1% gets all the stories, the headlines, etc. It's not like a second string cornerback for Missouri State's getting, much of anything, but the ones that are making money,
making tons of money, and not affected by the H-1B visa thing. So that's cool, which is crazy.
Why are they not affected by that?
Think of like all the technology stuff. It's because all these kids are just coming in for school, and it's definitely not like Indians or Pakistan that are doing all these sports programs. Like baseball.
Gotcha. I was wondering if I was missing something. I was like, I didn't think we had a strong football recruitment.
Now the chess club might be getting a hit, but that new program might be getting hit a little bit.
I'm not one to usually want to question our amazing leaders' abilities at policy making, but
always question. That's your thing. It's what you do.
There have been some questionable questions coming out of the administration as of late.
It's been an awesome roller coaster. I don't like it all either, but it's been an awesome roller coaster.
Dude, I mean, I really, it kills me because I'm trying to keep my blinders on for the Epstein files. I'm just like, maybe, is it a fair trade if we get to find out about the actual aliens and the Epstein files never get released? Am I willing to compromise my values that much? Because I think I am. I mean, every distraction's coming out of the book,
Alien files come out, doesn't matter at that point. Like,
it's just so interesting to me. Take Trump out of the equation. I saw this perspective the other day, and it really made me grab my goatee and wonder. Say Trump did nothing wrong, which whatever happened. It's in the files or it's not in the files. You can make your assumptions or not. Wouldn't that just mean they're categorically protecting like a ton of predators?
Well, what I think, because a lot of people that have been reading the files and stuff say, I can't remember who it was from, but they said like Trump, even in all the recordings and everything like that, he wasn't involved, but a lot of his business partners are. And if he,
So it just looks super incriminating.
if his business partner, well, if his business partners get affected, it's going to ruin a lot of money flowing to Trump. So it ruins, like, he's protecting his friends because in a way it's protecting his own business.
I'm surprised it's getting just a ton of Republican pushback because that's a bipartisan fuck up. There's both sides of the aisle are in them files.
All the both sides of the aisle are all trying to protect each other, but it's the American people that are going, hey, no. Also, the younger generation that's coming into Congress is going after it, and the older generation is trying to keep it down, which these boomers want to stay in Congress for whatever reason. Get out of there.
Yeah.
Sell your land and move to the Bahamas.
It's like the too early prediction, but I'm excited to see what are the next candidates up. Like I've had the Biden Trump fatigue for what? That's going it's gonna be 12 years.
Everyone's like, I don't want to deal with that.
What a dumpster fire you're inheriting then, There's no way to win. No way to win. You do a good job, cool. Trump set you up. You failed, it was, whatever.
So many, it used to be like older people running, so it was like people that were doctors or lawyers or whatever for the longest time, and then they go, I've been doing this business for a while. I'd rather do something else, but I can leverage my knowledge on things and get it. Now it's like kids coming out of college after 2 years and applying for.
There was like that normal succession, right? Like, hey, I had a successful career as a lawyer, a DA, and then, they were kind of set up and they're like, all right, hey, let me kind of parlay that into the political sphere.
Now it's like I was on Housewives of Atlanta for 2 years. I deserve to be in there now.
What's your resume? I've been in politics since I graduated. I'm like, what does that mean?
I was in Road Rules for like a year on MTV.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. That'll be interesting.
Theo Von should just put him in. I want to see it. I want to see what happens when he gets in. He can't fake it. It's just he's going to call it out.
I would take so many of us back to when Trump initially got elected. That was a big red button moment. And pun intended, but metaphorically speaking, everyone was like, it can't get worse. Press the button, right?
I don't think it's gotten worse, but I think he's done a lot of things that people wanted him to do, and he hasn't done it. I would say that was technically
that's politics. That's a politician in a fucking nutshell, right? Yeah.
He learned something from the politics.
It's just
technically he's doing what they all do. Why are they all so upset?
I don't know. It's just a fucking mind bender, Anyway, yeah, I mean, the older you get, the more you understand. It's like,
at some point though, can't we just create defensive systems to shoot down nukes so that way we could launch our own nukes, and when other people launch theirs, we just shoot them out of the sky and everyone else is fucked up and we're still fine?
Well, the nuke thing, I think, is kind of falling by the wayside to AI. Like AI is going to be the new nuke. If a country,
what do we do all the ones we got? Someone's just like, well, we can't waste them.
No. They're like firecrackers. They never go bad. There's always a rhyme and a reason to pull a nuke out,
there's a nuke station down in the Everglades. I started seeing social medias. There's a launch station down there, and like it started popping up on social media on how to get to it and where it's at. And there's a whole hangar there of where one was located.
I mean, makes sense
in the Everglades.
Yeah. I mean, Florida just being positioned where it's at, you got to imagine there's more than one nuke station, right?
Yeah, but you always hear them about like I feel like you always hear about them in the Midwest. Out in a cornfield, you find one, out there, and then they turn them into earth bunkers.
I couldn't believe how much oil they have out in Colorado. Never associated oil with Colorado.
There's oil everywhere
There is oil everywhere. And God forbid we have to dig up a couple sacred burial Indian sites to get to it. God forbid we throw this leaky hose through your sacred lake that's been in the family for hundreds of years.
God forbid we got to stick a little pipe down on the ground.
Shake
It's
things
only
up a little bit. My
it's
bad
only
for a little earthquake. Gotta
only a
shake
few
your
feet
candles at your
wide, dude.
table.
It's only a few feet wide, dude.
Big
Give,
deal.
give the oil rig guys a little break room. You
I
know,
was told it was only 1500 psi, and those chemicals are environmentally safe.
bro. It's just dinosaurs. We're just getting them out.
With a
That's
name
all.
like Frackin', can you really be fricking me? You know,
Frick frack. We'll play a
Cracker
little drum.
Jack, get my
Come on,
oil out the fucking ground.
dude. Come on, dude. It's just, hey, here. You want some of it? We'll give you a 0.5%.
Do you want to pay $3 a gallon? No.
No, dude.
How does 150 sound?
How about we give you a small percentage, small,
And we set up a cannabis shop right here.
right next to, and you run it,
You,
run it. All
you,
right,
my guy, with a ponytail like that, look like you can sell some green.
bro. You want to get on the casino game? We can help it. I know we stopped giving out the casino licenses, but
Picture this: your son runs the fireworks stand. You run the casino.
you're running the casino.
How would it feel to spin the roulette table anytime you wanted to take someone
These
else's?
oil guys got to come. They got to spend their money somewhere.
We'll
You're getting
handle
paid
the
on
hookers. We're great at it.
We're good at it. We get the money. You get paid on the oil. We pay these guys. They come spend it at you, dude. You're getting now. You went from 0.5% to 10%.
And your wife cheats on you with a white man? Dilutes the bloodline? Cut him out. Cut him out.
Dude.
That kid's not yours.
We're good at assassination. Don't worry.
Doing it since we started.
Got a few examples. Recent one, no name.
Supposed to be a headshot, but it still worked.
Don't work though. Just a little oil, baby. Just a little oil.
Did he?
Just a little oil, dude. Ain't nothing wrong with black oil.
That would go hard as Diddy's next album. Just a little.
Just a little.
And his featured singles, Freak Off.
No, the single. It's everyone say Diddy did it, and it says I did it.
If I did do it, Diddy did it.
Did do it. Diddy would have done it. Did it this way.
And all the songs are like, I like testified under oath.
The
I'm
glove
not guilty.
glove didn't fit.
I don't know why this feels good for my mental health sometimes.
It's good. It's good.
Diddy did it. If I did it, did it. Diddy did it.
Give you a little town. Call it Diddy did it. Diddy did it town.
You don't ever find oil like in the mountains though, right? That's not a thing.
I don't know, actually. I assume not. Just because it's more crusty and rocky, harder to get through it.
Gold in the mountains, oil in the plains.
All the mountains, all the places. That's why when we went to like New Mexico and Texas, you know, you're driving at night, especially on the west side of Texas. It's just all that fire.
How impressive were some of those oil fields that we drove through?
And you could smell it out there.
As far as I could see, just those little plots of the little arms going up and down, pumping.
$100. $100. $100.
Some of them were really fast. They were 100.
Those are crazy. And the thing too, people get rich off of one pump on their property. You see just hundreds of them out there. And we just and then not only that, we just got this one big old blob of oil sitting up in Alaska. It's just sitting there.
Was that one of our reserve blobs or something?
I mean, very recently we found out about it. Russia didn't know how much oil was there until after it was sold to us.
Well, they just thought it was a bunch of woods and shit.
Yeah. It was
Russia has a ton of oil already, though, right?
Russia has a bunch of oil. Yeah.
I mean, Russia's fucking huge.
Yeah. Yeah, they got a bunch of oil, but they didn't know how much was in Alaska. That was a huge dump off back in the day before the ice ages. There's a guy up there that runs a gold. He finds gold up there. He has a plot of land. He's been on Rogan a couple of times. Bone something.
Oh, with the mammoth guy? The
mammoth
bones? Yeah.
Yeah, dude. And he's got a spot where all those animals have landed there.
And
he's like, yeah, if you go deeper, there's like dinosaur even further down.
How cool would that be?
Have that on your property? Man, dude.
That's initially what prompted us wanting to look at just getting further out of Denver. Now, we landed on moving towards the mountains a little bit more. That doesn't mean in other directions there's not cool stuff too. I mean, you can rent.
Stop you from getting that, right? You go get a few acres, right? And then just to get a backhoe and just start
Tearing it up.
just siphoning all that land.
What's under here?
What's here? That's all I want to know.
Peel back the forehead on that land and see what's going on.
Yeah. Just 20 feet down. Just get in there. Make one of those big mines. Go down into your yard.
I think I'm 32. Started making pretty good money about 22, 23. So I've made and lost a fair amount of money now. If I could just find a way to make it and keep it for 20 years, compounding interest, buy some land, and really fuck off. I mean, that's what I want. Abby to come out the back door one day and go, "What are you doing?" And it's me and my excavator. You can only see like the top half of it. I've made a little wheelie, little ramp.
So there's a dirt like that. You just see the top of it, throwing the dirt out.
Like a kid at the beach, just digging a hole that is way too dangerous.
But I'm in town. I'm in the dump truck. Wait. Load it up. You just see me coming over there.
Yeah, no more accurately is your brother would be in the hole with the excavator, and a little lead wire is coming out, and I'm waiting to hear clear. I'm waiting. What's all this for? We don't know, but we're gonna find out.
Finding it.
What's something down there?
What's that show where they're always trying to find the treasure? Where they're just constantly digging on the Discovery Channel.
I feel like every fucking show on the Discovery Channel.
Island. It's some island. It's some show where they're like, "There's treasure on this island," but it's just a bunch of bros that came up with an excuse to use excavators and high machinery.
What else do you need in life?
What else do you need? I just want to play.
Dude we met in Tennessee, that's about the happiest man I've seen in retirement.
He was so happy to show it off to guys that understood.
Yeah. Might not be the happiest in his marriage, but he was like, "Do you see everything I did with the land?"
Bro, you see that cave? One time I built a bridge, got destroyed, realized I had to build a better bridge. So I did.
By the way, how are you guys enjoying that baby lamb that I grew right over there? Harvested myself. Pretty good. Pretty good lamb chop.
Delicious, right? Load them up.
You want to see some fucked up shit? I got a photo album right here. Have you ever seen a pig head on a fucking spike?
On a stick? Want to see some crazy shit?
With the house that I burned down?
I promise it's not a ritual.
But check out the full moon.
Look at it, though. It's crazy, isn't it? Also, when you launch your fireworks that way, towards my mother-in-law, not this way.
Not this one. No.
Towards my mother-in-law. Thank you. Bro, I bought those fireworks for 4th of July. I launched in Orlando. Dude, those things are crazy.
I love that they
I don't know how they're allowed here.
There's one part of your brain that goes, it's nostalgia. They're just that good in my memory. And then you buy another pack of them, because we bought them in Texas too. And it, when it set off a car alarm, I was like, no, that's just the same way I remember it, actually.
It still tingles the right spot. And I'm going to try it for New Year's. There's some other ones I've seen now, Like, that one's good, but there's some other big ones. I'm going to be like, oh, all right, let's check those out.
It would be nice to find a way if you could tear them open, and
I want to combine them.
Can I make it bigger?
Can I make them spin?
Like, how does that work? Does 1 + 1 = 2 there? If you take out the priming charge, put that together, take out the big piece, put that
them
together.
on top of each other, so that way when it launches, it's
definitely can't do that. I promise you that doesn't work.
You don't think so? Because if you put one on top of each other, where the explosion is at the bottom for only one of them, and it launched, does it just not go as high?
You see, if you were someone I didn't care about, 100% would tell you to do it. But no.
No, that's not a way to do it. All right,
not even close. No.
I thought that might work.
I understand what I don't know, and I do understand what I do know.
He knows how to do it.
Austin's the guy Lockheed Martin calls when they develop a new jet, and they go, "We think it'll fly."
Well, because I've been doing this for years. I'll tell you how.
Yeah.
I know how to do it all. Now, see what you do is you put your head over it when you launch it.
The best way to observe a firework is approximately 5 inches from the fuse.
And don't unstrap them. You leave them all together.
Yeah, why would you want to strap it? But hey, what we do want you to strap on is subscribing to our podcast. So if you've enjoyed this episode, please smash a button or two. It's great for the algorithm. It's great for us. And next week, it might be great for your shower. Shout out to you, Shower Thoughts.
Shower Thoughts. Sponsor us.
We love you guys. We'll see you next week.